Hey, beloved, welcome to FOXSOUL's COVID Town Hall. We're glad that you joined us tonight. We thought this would be an important conversation to have, and joining me tonight is my co-host all the way from the mix. I'm a fan of his, Mr. Anton Peeples. Hey, Anton.
Hey, Dr. Sean, man, to be on a panel with you, man. I look at your show all the time too, brother. So I am definitely a fan of yours as well.
Well, flattery will get you everywhere, young man. It'll get you everywhere. Listen, man, so we're here tonight because, we want to have a frank and honest conversation about COVID-19 and more so about this vaccine. Because as you know, Anton, there's a lot being said about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And tonight, we are going to debunk the myths and give you the facts on COVID-19 and taking the vaccine. This year has been it's been crazy for all of us. How have you been handling the pandemic?
Slowly but surely, sir. Slowly but surely. It's been the kind of year you can't forget and the kind of year you don't want to remember. And yet here we are. I know as it relates to this vaccine particularly, and just for full disclosure, Anton, let me just say it. I'm fully vaccinated and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm just saying.
Okay. So we are polar opposites in that way because I am not vaccinated and I don't plan on getting vaccinated. So this should be a very interesting panel today.
This is the beauty of the moment because you don't want to get vaccinated, and I was like the first in line. I couldn't wait to get my butt in that vaccination line. Listen, before we go any further, real quick, I know we got a lot to cover, but can you say a little bit about why, that's your position?
Absolutely. I'm a 32-year-old, young man. I still consider myself young. I'm young to many people. I live a very healthy lifestyle. I don't have any pre-existing conditions. I get checkups regularly. I don't have high blood pressure. I make sure I even get IVs with vitamin C, regularly as well. And so I feel as though I don't need to take that measure of getting a vaccine when I am healthy as an ox.
Yeah, well, listen, that we're here tonight, and tonight is a no judgment, no shame kind of zone, right? I fundamentally believe, Anton, there can be no new knowledge without new dialogue and conversation. Absolutely. And we're here to have a conversation, and we're here to let people, and just like you did, air what you think and what you believe. We have some magnificent panelists who are here tonight to help us, navigate our way through this conversation. I know that Black hesitancy is a real thing. I know that we have the Tuskegee experiment, right? We've all heard of that, and that's been a part of the legacy of African Americans as it relates to the 1932 disaster that came along with that. Henrietta Lacks, Anton.
Mm-hmm. Another one, man. I want to talk a little bit more about the Tuskegee experiment for anyone who doesn't know, just to give them a little bit more of a grasp on how horrific that situation was. So it happened in 1932, and the Public Health Service, working with the Tuskegee Institute, began a study, and they called it a Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male. Now, the study initially involved around 600 Black men. The study was conducted without the benefit of patients' informed consent. They did not receive the proper treatment needed to cure their illness, and many Black men died. And although originally projected to last 6 months, the study actually went on for 40 years. It was just crazy. Bill Clinton actually, when he was president, he apologized.
So today, America does remember the hundreds of men used in research without their knowledge and consent. Remember them and their family members. Men who were poor and African American. Without resources and with few alternatives, they believed they had found hope when they were offered free medical care by the United States Public Health Service. They were betrayed.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, you have to be quite honest, like that was one of the reasons why I decided I don't want to get the vaccine because, my dad told me about this and it really It shook me. It shook me to believe that they would do this to so many Black men in our country, and still to this day, like none of them get free, health care after, they had syphilis for so many years. And I thought to myself, if the government could hide this from us, what else could they do?
Yeah, it's a fair question, and it's certainly a question that exists in the zeitgeist of Black culture. We've also heard of Henrietta Lacks, who was the first immortalized human cell line, one of the most important cell lines in medical research history. Her cells were taken without her consent. We've also heard about how Johnson & Johnson baby powder and what goes on with that, Anton. I know you know a little bit about this.
I absolutely do, man. It's devastating. And when you hear these stories, you remind yourself, okay, I live in America and I have to make sure that I am safe and protected, but how can I trust this new vaccine that's just come out when I have this history, our Black history, when they've shown us to maybe not trust. And I'll tell you this, I am open. I am absolutely 100% open to hearing these myths be debunked and to getting facts. And if someone today can tell me that it is safe to take this vaccine with 100% without any doubt, I would be open to investigating it again, to maybe getting the vaccine in the future.